Good morning. Again, we are in our living room and we're making a video for you today about some crazy kooky idea I invented called the shirt Rothko. Let me explain. So one of my all-time favorite artists, Mark Rothko. I've had this book for so long, probably like 25 years. He's an abstract expressionist, and you've probably seen his work before. They're called color field paintings. So this movement in art went beyond what people knew about representing things. So when I say representation, I mean trees, landscape, people. For the history of art, up until the last century, everybody wanted to render what they saw. So to tell you a picture through their artwork. And around the turn of last century, people started abstracting. And abstraction grew and grew until people were no longer even rendering or representing anything. So this was called non-objective abstraction. And the abstract expressionists are people like Jackson Pollock, you know, the guy who makes all the drips. The movement of abstract expressionism was about letting materials speak the way they want to speak in their natural state. So paint, you just pour it and that's what it is, and that's doing its job. So it's like pure color as removed from form. So in simple terms, Mark Rothko was painting emotional states and on a huge scale. So his paintings sometimes are like 30 feet, 20 feet. When you stand in front of them, you have like an emotional experience with the color. The color just kind of washes over you, almost like it's light. So I've been to the Mark Rothko chapel. He made a chapel, like a church, for people to view his artwork. It's in Houston, Texas. I've been there several times. And the paintings are very somber. They're almost like a charcoal black, I would say. And when you stand in the Rothko chapel, or sit, because they have actually meditation cushions in the Rothko chapel, you just get a sense of the mood and tone of the work coming at you. You are going to make your own Rothko, but you will be using found color. What is found color? Anybody know what found color means? So found color, that means color that you have on hand. So you might have a thing of watercolors. You might have a thing of crayons. You could paint or draw a Rothko, but I want you to be more creative. For example, what kind of found color do you have at home? How about my Gap yoga shirt? This is one of my favorite colors called Orchid. Color expresses mood. Color is a vehicle for emotion. So when you're making artwork, we're using color as a tool to express yourself, to tell the story you want to tell, to say it in the way that it feels like what you're feeling. So right now, we're all kind of in our houses. We are sort of isolated. You might have a certain color that expresses the mood of what it feels like right now in your life. So I want you to be thinking about, if I were a color, what would that look like? What color would I be? And right now, if I just close my eyes and if I think about it, grays, I'm feeling some grays. Maybe like a hopeful lavendery blue. I definitely think that I'm a little frantic and crazy, and
A little.
are so personal, and nobody can tell you how to think about them, how to feel about them, which one represents you. Some of you are sunshine yellow and orange, and some of you are shades of aqua because you're feeling like the ocean. So I just want you to use color, found color, to express yourself like a Mark Rothko. What you're going to do is you're going to assemble your colors that represent how you're feeling right now, and then you're going to put them in a place where there's really good natural light. Natural light is always better than light at night, overhead light, that's kind of that orangey color. So I'm always going to urge you to work with natural light. And what that means is you could put your stuff on a table near a window. And then I want you to crop it inside of your, if you don't have a phone, please borrow one from somebody who will lend you one and take a picture. It could be a square format. It could be the normal kind of rectangle. And I want you to crop your work and email it to me. I want to see what kind of shirt Rothko you can make out of shirts, out of found things, out of, you can paint it if you want. Ask your family if you can borrow their emerald green shirt or light blue shirt or whatever you're feeling. Lay it out on a table. You're gonna take a picture of it cropped right down to the edge. Think about how Rothko cropped things. Rothko, when he made things, it went from wall to wall, edge to edge, okay? So crop it. And then I'm gonna show you one real quick on my dining table. This Gap shirt, that's kind of salmony. I'm gonna lay it right there. And then I would take a picture of that and I would have my finished Rothko. I cannot wait to see the Rothkos you make. Okay, so I'm showing you some student examples. Here's another example, my absolute favorite student example. She made a Rothko out of M&Ms. It's so cool. Art class is in.